Hey guys, it's Tim Miller and Sam Stein from the Bulwark here. We had a funny video for you coming, and I'll be here later today. But right as we sat down to do it, we have a breaking news item that we got to work through with you guys. Here it is from Donald Trump's Bleat. He announces this. It is with great pleasure that I'm announcing Alina Habba, Esquire, who is currently serving as counselor. Who is currently serving as counselor to the president and has represented me for a long time, will be interim U.S. attorney for the District of New Jersey, her home state, effective immediately.
As you know, I've stood by President Trump, his family, the organization, and many other clients in that state where I've been born and raised, and I'm raising my babies now. But there is corruption, there is injustice, and there is a heavy amount of crime right in Cory Booker's backyard and right under Governor Murphy, and that will stop.
This is insane. Can you imagine being a lawyer at the District of New Jersey's prosecutor's office? Like, this person is about to be your boss. We're going to go through her resume for this job in a second. But Sam, what do you make of?
I'm still reading the Bleat, and it says additionally, John Giordano, who has done a terrific job as interim U.S. Attorney in New Jersey, will now be nominated as the new ambassador to Namibia. That was a little curveball at the end there. Congratulations, John. Alina, let's start with that. I'm kind of speechless. She is best known as his spokesperson. She said she was counsel on these things, but let's be real. Her job was to go in front of the camera.
She was the TV lawyer.
She was the TV lawyer.
Yeah. He was the TV businessman, so it fits.
And I just want to, when she was working as Trump's attorney, people were kind of shocked that he would hire her and wondering why he hired her, because
were people wondering why?
Well, I
think everybody had a pretty good sense for why. I mean, she looks the part.
Yes, you can say that. She was a member, I guess, of the Trump National Golf Club at Bedminster, which was an 8-minute drive from her law firm. So, he went and got the best and the brightest from a 10-mile radius. And look, she's not the most experienced attorney, but this is the type of stuff that she's going to bring to the U.S. Attorney's Office in New Jersey, which is, mind you, a very important office. Tons of cases get in there: financial cases, terrorism cases, serious stuff, mob cases, real stuff.
Just really quick as an aside, let's just do this. Let's sit on this for a second. Being U.S. attorney is an extremely real and important job.
Yeah, this is not
you are in charge of making judgments about who to prosecute, who not to prosecute. You have the power of the government behind you. You can create a lot of problems in people's lives. It is critical that you are very serious about the way that cases are presented. Because real criminals could get left on the streets if you foul it up. This is not,
this is real shit.
This is not the Department of Commerce.
I'm going to go through some of her legal accomplishments prior to this moment, prior to her representation of Trump, because that's really what matters here. I'm judging off of Wikipedia, so forgive me, but we're doing this on short turnaround. But this is what they have here. She had 3 cases as lead counsel during her time practicing law in New Jersey. She was also licensed in New York and Connecticut.
3 cases.
3 cases.
Wow.
One. She also held the position of general counsel for her second husband's parking garage company. Yeah.
Okay. So she was the general counsel for the parking garage company.
Yeah. All right. So she represented clients in various legal cases, including a man who sued a nursing home in New Jersey, important, a student seeking a refund for college tuition after the University of Bridgeport moved classes to an online format. Not that big stake, but
that's kind of like a Judge Judy level.
Yeah,
case.
It's I got this client. He wants some, course accreditation. She represented Siggy Flicker, former member of the Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Some people think I'm too much. I love it. They're absolutely right.
Who alleged that Facebook had disabled her account for wishing Melania Trump a happy birthday. Habba wrote a letter to Facebook, which Facebook appeared to ignore. Dear God. And then she represented someone who was a vitamin supplement entrepreneur in a federal case where she filed a lawsuit against a Portuguese journalist for revealing his close connections to the far-right Chega party in Portugal. That's it. That's what we got. And then she represented Trump.
It was not New Jersey. It was SDNY that
Okay, SDNY,
in this case. But I mean, that is that's not really a very extensive resume for this job. It's not the traditional resume. I need this to say, usually you would have people that have prosecutorial experience as the U.S. attorney. I mean, there are some exceptions to this, but usually you would want somebody that has, knows how to prosecute a case. If you're a high level defense attorney, right, who has been in a lot of criminal cases, maybe that is this is not that. This is a fucking parking garage lawyer. That,
yes.
I mean, she literally, this is like a cereal box level, law degree.
And these are, again, I want to go back to your initial point. This is serious. These are serious offices, and they've already kind of desecrated one of these offices, the district attorney's office in DC, by hiring Eagle Ed Martin, who is out there, basically saying, I'm Trump's lawyer and I'll do what Trump wants. I mean, this is what she's going to do. I mean, this is a serious matter. Because she literally is Trump's lawyer. She's not going there to uphold the independence of the office of the Attorney General of New Jersey. She's going there to do cases that can help Trump and go after people that Trump opposes. This is the weaponization of very serious offices for the purposes of benefiting one client, not the United States, the president of the United States. And it's scary stuff. Honestly.
Yeah, this is the craziest part. These are supposed to be the law and order people, right? And to put Ed Martin in charge of DC when the DC attorney is in charge of all of the crime that happens in DC. I thought that, but instead he's sending letters to Georgetown University because they did DEI, and stuff is going to fall through the cracks. I just pulled this up. Here's the New Jersey District Attorney's Office, some recent press releases they've put out about what they're doing. There's an Essex County man that was doing firearms trafficking and narcotics offenses. New Jersey Pain Clinic was doing healthcare fraud and had to agree to criminal and civil penalties. Illegally importing harmful greenhouse gases into the U.S., an HVAC company. Obviously, we're not going to be prosecuting that anymore with this administration. Bank fraud and conspiracy to rob U.S. post office employees. Hundreds of kilograms of cocaine into the United States. Illegally gun possession, right? This office prosecutes real criminals that do real harm to the country. Putting a fucking parking garage lawyer in charge of that, who has no experience doing this, is preposterous, and it is anti-law and order, and it's dangerous.
Yeah, and what's going to happen is she's going to reorient the entire office. Anyone who she determines.
Tesla vandals. Watch out.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's a line, but I wouldn't be. No,
I'm serious.
Yeah, literally. It's going to be all Tesla vandals and going after people who she suspects are harboring undocumented immigrants.
Election fraud, maybe.
An election fraud, sure. And we're going to end up seeing a bunch of kind of phony-ish investigations launched that have political motivations. The serious attorneys at the front lines probably get reassigned to lower level cases, and she's just going to do what Ed Martin has done, which is take on the idea that you're there to help Donald Trump. And so, I don't even know what to say at this juncture, because the entire legal system is being upended. And it's only been a matter of months, but the entire legal system has been upended by this distortion and perversion of what justice should be.
Yeah. So you've been on the brain drain element of this, but just one last thought on this from me, just because I have two tangible examples. I want to anonymize these people, but in one case, somebody really close to me was supposed to get a job in a U.S. attorney's office, not New Jersey, but they were qualified, they had the experience, the type of person that you would want, working for the government, but when they had the transition, they're just no, we're canceling out all the people that we're bringing in. We want to bring in people who are, aligned for Mr. Trump. Right. So, okay. So that's one example. Another example is somebody who is in one of these jobs in a district attorney's office, who they have not announced who the new attorney will be for that district yet. But they're really worried about this. So I have to look for another job because they're going to reorient me to what you just said. I'm going to be doing all entirely undocumented immigrant crimes. Yep. The type of person that's doing also serious high level, white collar and drug crimes. I don't know that I want to, spend my whole life like prosecuting the random, person that overstayed their visa. And so I just like, there will be like real ramifications on that side of this too.
No, totally. Couldn't agree more. If you're in the office, we have a tips line.
We do have a tips line, thebulwark.com/tips if you're in the New Jersey District Attorney's office.
All right, we can leave it there.
All right, we'll see everybody. Subscribe to the feed. Peace. Hey, YouTube fam, if you want to support the Bulwark, the best way to do it is by becoming a YouTube Bulwark Plus member. The Bulwark is truly independent. We have no corporate overlords. We're not settling any dumb lawsuits with Trump. By joining, you help support our work, and you can get a bunch of perks right here on this platform. Ad-free content, bonus videos, live streams, and some emojis of me, which I guess some people want. So come join, come hang out, become a Bulwark YouTube Plus member, and I'll be seeing you in the comments. So behave.